Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Sliding around here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, as they say in Tosca, Vici d'arte. I live for art. The big move has happened. And the Overflow room that was is now here. The Overflow room that is, or is soon to be. Now, I see you looking at these boxes over there saying, well, it's no big deal. Yes, that's true. But then there's this pile of boxes, and never mind what's in the other room. All of this stuff, actually, that you're seeing here, these are all CDs. And so far, I think we have about, I don't know. Well, there's 41 boxes of alphabetized CDs in the Overflow room, and about another 20 or 30 or so boxes of miscellaneous that I still have to go through. So, and I got a little tennis elbow boxing up the alphabet, but what the heck, it's all in a good cause, right? Right. There we are. Okay. That's better. So, what are we talking about now? Now that we're down here, we continue our reverse alphabet. And actually, what I'm going to wind up doing at some point is putting all of these things, in shelves, and then we'll go through the shelves once it's all organized, I think, because it'll still be, some of you pointed out, it's not random. Well, it is random. It's random within the alphabet, even though we're going through the alphabet, because nothing is all that organized within them. But that's okay. You ready? So, I said in the last video that we were done with Rossini. Well, we weren't. As it turns out, there was another pile of Rossini, and here it is. Some good, cool, nifty Opera Rara stuff. One of you mentioned that you hadn't seen any Opera Rara yet. Well, it's because we hadn't gotten to any of the Rara operas in the Opera Rara alphabet. But now we're there. So I've got a couple up here, and then there's lots more to come anyway. But let's start with Rossini's Stabat Mater, the Riccardo Muti recording, which is, of course, in the big Riccardo Muti box. Yes, it is. This is with Catherine Belfitano, Agnes Balza, and other people. Let's see, Gwyn Howell, somebody named Gambill, I don't know. And you guys know probably better than I do. And let's see, the Maggio Musicale Fiorentino before Antonio Pappano. And it's like Rossini, it's the Stabat Mater. It's such a great piece. Then we've got some overtures here. These are overtures à la Française with Paul Perret in Detroit. But it's got the William Tell Overture, and because I had to put it somewhere, I put it with the William Tell Overture. But you also get Meyerbeer Gounod, the Funeral March of a Marionette. Thank God for, you don't have to watch Alfred Hitchcock to hear the whole thing. Saint-Saëns stuff, La Marseillaise, Adolphe Adam, and let's see, Boieldieu and Offenbach. All kinds of juicy goodies. So that's nice. And then there's The Siege of Corinth, which is Maometto Secundo, tarted up for the French stage. Instead of having one death, you get a slaughter and things like that. This is with Beverly Sills, Shirley Verrett, Justino Diaz, Harry Thayard, and Gwyn Howell, Robert Lloyd, Delia Wallace, Gaetano Scano, and Thomas Shippers, and the London Symphony Orchestra. Now, this is a rather celebrated recording in the Sills discography. And if Philip Gossett, the god of Rossini scholarship, who I knew fairly well, detested Beverly Sills because he felt that her approach to things like, the bel canto repertoire based on her teacher, what her teacher taught Beverly, was completely inauthentic and disgusting and wrong and not true to the accuracy of the original text, etc., 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 and so forth. Particularly her Rosina in The Barber of Seville. So, she gets trashed roundly by Gossett, but she was a great singer, wasn't she? Really fabulous singer. And this is a very important recording, even though it was not perhaps the ultimate in scholarly rectitude. I'm not worrying about that right now. Then we've got the Opera Rara stuff. Bianca e Faliero, ossia il Consiglio dei Tre. Yeah, with Magella Collug and Jennifer Larmore and Barry Banks and Idol Brando D'Arcangelo and Gabriella Colecchia and all kinds of other people you never heard of. With the London Philharmonic and David Perry. These are wonderful productions. Of course they are. They're absolutely fabulous. They're financed by the Peter Moores Foundation. Thank you, Mr. Moores. And beautiful boxes with librettos and scholarly notes. And they're just lovely. Absolutely lovely. And we have this one too, Adelaide di Borgogna. Now there's one you don't hear about all that often, with Magella Collug and Jennifer Larmore and Bruce Ford and, Rossini people. In a word, with the Scottish Chamber Orchestra and chorus under Giuliano Carella. Another really marvelous production on Opera Rara. And let's see, Messa di Gloria. The early Messa di Gloria and the Tantum Ergo. These are with, who's doing these things? Oh, Herbert Hant. Who? Well, okay. With the Czech Kammerchor and the Virtuosi di Praga on Hensler Classic. I mean, you don't find many recordings of the Messa di Gloria. So this one's nice to have in some strange, unusual sacred works by Rossini, who was not the most sacred of guys, let's face it. Yes. The Petite Messe Solennelle. This is a beautiful performance with the King's Consort under Robert King, Carolyn Sampson, Hilary Summers, Andrew Tortoise, and Andrew Foster Williams. And this is on 19th century authentic pianos, and then I guess an authentic harmonium. What a wonderful piece. This is a lovely performance of it. Really is just terrific. So that was fun to find. Rossini Overtures with Ferenc Fricsay, a famous Rossini Overture disc, along with Bizet Carmen Suite Extracts and things like that. This is mono. This is old stuff, but they're wonderful performances. It's all the usual culprits. La Scala di Seta, Semiramide, Il Signor Bruschino, L'Italiana in Algerie, Tancredi, La Cazzaladra, Il Barbieri di Siviglia, and Il Viaggio a Rams. Yay! And last but not least, Rossini's Armida. Now, I love Armida. Armida is wonderful because it has a tam-tam, of course, in the last thing that she sings. Her before Armida rides off on her chariot to extract vengeance and all that stuff. And from Rinaldo, this is with Cecilia Gazdia, Chris Merritt, William Matteuzzi, Bruce Ford, Charles Workman, and Ferruccio Furlanetto. I mean, this is written for something like, 6 tenors? All the men are tenors. It's really a ridiculous piece to cast. For some reason, Rossini had that. I mean, Rossini wrote to local circumstances. So he had the cast at one point. It is a terrific opera. It was revived for, what's her name? Was it Renee Fleming? Yeah, who recorded it as well. And, it hasn't had a great recording yet. We're still waiting. This isn't terrible. This is with I Solisti Venetti and Claudio Shimone on Arts, the Arts label. It's a good, solid performance. I actually think it's probably better than the other one, but we're still waiting. There was a new one that came out recently on Naxos that was also, what can I tell you? So there we have it. Now I know we're done with Rossini, and we've done some more opera raras, and we've done some other things that you were sort of looking for, a little more sacred music. So that was all fun. And, do listen to Rossini, more frequently because he's such a great composer. There's so much more there than people give him credit for. There really is. I mean, especially when you consider his entire career. So, listening, friends, thanks for joining me. Take care.